Hi, guys. Welcome back to part two of Love is Blind. This episode, we're talking about episode two. And yeah, let's just get into it. Oh, yeah, let's do our cheers, though.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Okay, let's get on in it.
Yes.
Get down and dirty.
Okay, do you want to start off this one?
Sure. So, this is the episode where Anton and Alini meet. And I just thought he was like super over the moon to meet her. She seems super like genuinely excited to meet him too. Yeah, I'm excited for the the only thing. Why did he have his glasses on top of his head? If he didn't want to wear his glasses, he should have just left his glasses.
I didn't even notice that. Oh, you know what I did notice that was really weird too?
Hmm.
Is at the end she's just standing like as they're about to leave each other. She's just standing there like admiring him and everything. And it doesn't turn back around. He's just sitting there drinking his drink, still facing the wall after he's in his spot. Usually they turn around and they're like, bye. He's just like chill. He's like, all right, I'm at her. We're cool.
It was a very cute meet, but there was just little things that I'm like, oh my god, this is just so funny.
For real. I would have been like, hey, bye. You gonna turn around and wave bye to me? No, you're just gonna sip your
Yeah.
drink facing the
Oh
wall.
my gosh. Now, just talking about Madison, I really want her to find her person. I think with her eye condition, because like you and I personally know somebody that has an eye condition similar to
Yes.
that. And so I just feel, I feel so bad because I hate that it's one of those things that like you don't know how it's going to present itself in each person because each person has such a like very different experience with it. So it's kind of like she was saying, like she could go blind in a few years, she could be fine, like, until she's much older. But I really want her to find her person because I think that she finds someone that she deeply connects with on a spiritual, mental, and emotional level. And like, yeah, like looks are great and everything, but I mean, she's going to lose that. So I just think I just feel like her connection it's going to be deeper because of her eye problems, you know?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And I think that it's kind of, I mean, if she gets married and it lasts and everything, it's kind of like the sweetness where it's like you guys started off like blind dating. And I think it's good that she's trying to find her person this way because essentially she's not going to have that. So I think it's good
Yeah.
to sit there and see if you can sit there and communicate and be compatible with someone without the intimacy. Like you need that friendship, and especially with something like that, like you're going to be so dependable on somebody at the beginning until you figure
Yeah,
out your new life that you have to make sure
exactly.
that that person is the person that like you can trust to be there for you.
To go blind eventually, like you have to have so much trust in that person because they have to guide you and you don't want to feel like a burden. So it has to be somebody that is 100% sickness and health. I love you for you. Like I don't care. I want to be there and help you out. What did you write?
Nick's weird as
God, I have a note about him too.
that's all. Just Nick is weird as
Okay, my note was Nick bothers me, gives vibes, and doesn't seem genuine.
because yeah, I put he agrees with everybody. Everybody is his number one and moving to the top of
Yes.
his list.
Oh my
He
god.
reassured Kate and said that she could definitely be the one, but he also tells Annie that he's getting insanely serious with her. And then he uh
Piece of
he
work,
looked
that guy.
this is the one that I told you we have to watch because tell me why next date with Annie when he was when she was talking about what everything is sexy, like, doing
Yeah.
this is sexy. This is sexy. Nick
I
made
was
me
dying
feel
inside.
it made me feel so uncomfortable. Like don't try to talk dirty, Nick. You're not good at it. And you can
No,
tell you've never done it in your life. And you
no.
seem uncomfortable with the words that are coming out your mouth. For one,
I know. I was cringing so hard.
he talks about like the carpet being wet, and he's like,
Yes.
you gave me a lot to think about. I'm going to think about you tonight. If there's anything I can dream of, it's for an extra inch.
Yeah. Yeah. Was he going back now? Was he the one that said that he had a chode?
That's what I was getting after next. And after
Okay.
that, he's like, she said something about, oh, she said the size matters or something like that. First of all, why are we like talking like this on national TV? And then he goes, oh no, don't worry, I got a chode. It's nice and short and
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Megan and Jordan. They seem super fun and natural together, but the reason why I think she's leaning towards Mike is because that's her safe choice, because he's older and his career is more secure.
yes, but I don't like
But
Mike. That's
then
it scares me because I'm like, you're gonna get played by Mike. I like
that,
Jordan.
and just because, like, I feel like in order to find your true love connection kind of thing, I do think it's true. You kind of have to go outside of your type. I fully 100% believe that. Speaking from experience. But yeah. Um, but then when she goes to say that her connection with Blake was stronger, I don't get super ultimate connection vibes from them. I
No,
got
if
more friendship vibes.
yeah, if I think anybody has a stronger connection, I think she's delusional and it's her and Jordan.
Yeah, yeah. I was kind of looking at it as Jordan and her give the most warm, fun, open energy. Mike gives comfort and familiarity, and Blake gives friendship.
But at the same time, I think what it is I don't like Mike. And I don't feel like he is being 100% authentic. So I feel like he's just playing this guy who has his stuff together. He's older, he's ready to settle down. No, the you're not. I don't buy it for 1 second. So fucking annoying.
Let's talk about Patrick and Casey though, because I was really bothered in this episode. I was bothered because she really wanted him to share his ethnicity. I thought that was a red flag, at least for me, because you're supposed to be going into this to bond over connection, not over how somebody looks. So I
Yeah.
don't know why all of a sudden she really needed to know his ethnicity. And then I think I wrote that I believe her dad got into her head and that she wants to figure out the physical characteristics if she would have an interest in him outside of the pods, because her dad was saying, like, basically physical attraction is just as important as personality, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
You could clearly tell. I understand they cannot see each other. You can clearly tell he's uncomfortable by his voice. His voice alone should show that
Yeah.
he was uncomfortable. People saying to him, Asian guys aren't the most attractive guys. You're pretty good looking for an Asian guy, though.
Yeah.
It made me really sad. I think
Yeah.
because I love Asian men so
I
much.
thought
And
of
I
you.
just was like, they have some of the best food, the best men that I've ever been with. I wanted to hug him. I think people suck. The only thing that I did like was when Casey said that her family go off of people's hearts and connections.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think it was necessarily necessary for her to share like all the diversity that her siblings and stuff are dating and
I
whatnot.
feel
I
like
thought that
that was
was
such a white girl thing to do.
yeah, I was like, I think just saying enough that you guys go off of people's hearts and connections was good enough.
Well,
I don't think you have to seal your case with like, my brother is dating blah blah blah. And this brother, I'm like,
yeah.
that was kind of unneeded. I felt really bad for Patrick, and I just wanted him to know that there are women out there who love Asian men and they are ready to be with him and
Yeah.
Asian men in general. And then we left this episode with Anna not showing up for Patrick after they
Oh,
confessed their love for each other. Yeah, I want it to come full circle too. That was all my notes for episode 2, and then yeah, we'll get into it for episode 3 then. Okay, let's get into this because why the did Anna leave? What the
Can we talk about this whole situation? Anna, I don't know why she left. She was in her feelings.
There
Okay.
was no signs of her leaving though. Like no distress, no like
Um,
my
don't
family,
you remember
nothing.
right after Patrick pretty much made it clear he was going to propose to her? She went back to the girls' room crying her eyes out.
I really thought she was in it hard for Patrick.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Especially with the way their talks were going. Like, I thought they were gonna get engaged, and then she just ghosted him.
Yeah,
And let me tell you, like I said, I don't like Patrick's. There's just some things that he kind of did, and we'll talk about it because it's during this episode that
yeah.
made me. That is what made me go and cross out the note about Patrick for episode 1. He pissed me off. I was like, honestly, Patrick,
No.
you for deceiving me because
I have so much that I want to say about Patrick too, but I was like, we're talking about episode 1. I have to stick to episode 1 and my initial reactions to him. So, so much to say about that. I will
yeah,
say, Blake leaving because Anna was his number one connection. I thought that could have been the best choice because it seemed like he really was going to only pick Anna. Fine, whatever.
yeah.
However,
I didn't
he
like his excuse.
should have. Huh?
His excuse, he said, I just need more time. No, you left because Anna left. And I give you like 10 minutes until you're on that plane looking up her Instagram, buddy. Especially after you found out she left.
Yeah,
I think he left because Anna left and he's going to hit up Anna. I can't wait till the reunion. I want them to ask
maybe.
if they
But I will
messaged each
say,
other right after.
I was super pissed off because I think that he at least should have told Sparkle Megan.
Yeah.
I think he should have told her, like, hey, I'm actually going to head home because my strongest connection just left. And yes, even though I was getting to know you, you just were not my strongest connection. Something along those lines. You know,
No,
I just think she at
exactly.
least deserved a conversation.
Actually,
Um,
I have that in my notes. What bothered me is how I don't know if y'all remember, I think it was episode 1 or episode 2, but it's during Blake and Anna's date and it's they're doing the questions on the square think papers, you know? And one of
oh,
the
the kitty
questions
catcher.
maybe. I don't know. One of the questions were, have you ever ghosted anybody? They both were just like, no, I mean, I've never ghosted anybody that I was really dating and into. She was talking about like if we just text here and there and I wasn't really feeling it, I've done that. And he was like, same. So they were talking about how neither of them have ever ghosted anybody in their lives. And they both do it on episode 3. Congratulations. Now you both have ghosted people. Because you,
Yeah,
Anna, ghosted Patrick and then Blake ghosting Megan. I think it was kind of funny how it kind of went full circle and made this domino effect
yeah,
of just it was crazy. But I just thought it was funny and it was the first thing I noticed when they both flaked and ghosted their dates and decided to leave. I'm like, you guys were just on a date together and asked the question, have you ever ghosted anybody? And you both said no. And now you both have
yeah,
in the matter of
yeah.
like 2 days of that date.
Yeah, I thought it was crazy that because Blake leaves, that pushes Megan to really kind of choose. She felt like that was like her sign. So I feel like she's now more so choosing Jordan over Mike. And why did Mike? I have this note. Mike getting pissy because Megan has another connection and not fully knowing what to do, saying it's okay to get some sleep, but is being very passive aggressive. Why did he just turn into
Oh,
the biggest?
what? It really bothers me because with Mike, I think it was right after that when he went on a date with Megan. This is what gave me red flags with Mike. And I'm not sure if it's kind of signs, but I feel like if he's not physically abusive, he's at least emotionally abusive in a relationship because I thought it was kind of weird when he had the date with Megan and he brought up that, oh, I know you're talking to somebody else. It's just the wording he used and the way he laughed about her getting stood up, and he kind of thought it was funny. I don't know, I just get weird vibes from him. I don't feel comfortable with him on the show. Like I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't like the way that he carried himself. It's
No,
giving
I
off
didn't like
like,
that either. I was trying to give benefit of the doubt of like maybe it was like a nervous chuckle because I mean it's kind of awkward and uncomfortable, situation. But I think instead he could have taken it like, I'm so sorry that Blake stood you up. Like I know that he left kind of thing. Yeah, I think Mike, yes, he is older and she goes for older guys. Just because a man is older doesn't mean that he's more mature and more secure and more confident. You can
yeah.
be old and still be so immature and lack
Yeah.
all of the confidence.
Actually, I don't know if you remember, it just popped in my head when he told Megan, I have some of it in my notes. It was when they were in the pod. He said, I know who you're talking to. I just want to see if you're going to tell me. And I put that in quotes and said, I don't like this guy. That right there, he's abusive. I'm sorry. Like, just the signs he's showing, I don't like it.
Yeah, yeah. I barely started taking notes on Annie and Brendan because I just had so many laughs about them, but I wrote down Annie and Brendan. Not sure how I feel about these two. Dot dot dot. Still. Brendan gives me major energy, and I believe he's breadcrumbing her along. Yeah, I don't know. And then, like, she's still there, but she's having a date with Nick. I get more buddy energy from them. And Nick,
Oh,
to me, he just comes across that he just wants sex, and he seems so immature.
yeah, I don't like the way Nick talks, the way he moves his mouth when he talks. So, I mean, right there, can't marry you, buddy. I just,
Yeah.
I don't know
Um,
why. I don't like the way he looks when he's talking.
no,
I don't.
no.
And the way he says it all, he's like, I'm blushing, babe.
Oh, God, I know. I think I saw a meme online that said like the reason why Nick wants to stay there is because he wants to be in his own Brokeback Mountain. And I was just like, oh my God, so the whole internet thinks he's gay.
He is. And I'm sorry. What kind of job is a luxury watch salesman?
Yeah,
Sir,
yeah.
say you work at a watch shop or a pawn shop. You're not a luxury watch salesman. Get the out of here. You work at the mall.
That just screams. The title alone just screams energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
I'm like,
no, no,
do
no.
you guys pick your titles that show up on the TV?
That's what they have to because
Yeah.
there's no other way.
Something that really bugged me in this episode too with uh Patrick. So when
Oh, I have
Anna
so many
left,
notes.
the beginning of it, when they interviewed him, he
Yes.
said that his and Anna's connection was way too strong to let somebody else come in the way for it as far as other connections go. And he also said that he feels like he's falling in love with her for sure. And I put in quotes, I really think she's my person and could be for sure. Yeah, I care about her a lot. So yeah, it hurts a lot. In
Mm-hmm.
quotes. And then this little when he's chilling with all the dudes at the dining room table, he was talking about how they were too much similar. It wasn't going to work out. One of the other guys were like, so like your cousin or sister, something like that. And he's like, yeah. So he
Mm-hmm.
literally
Backtracking.
says that it's like a family member thinking about her because they're too similar. So I said, not him saying, the only concern I have with you is I'm not 100% certain how bad you want this. Don't know who said it to who, but apparently it
Mm-hmm.
pissed me off a lot. It had to be one of the boys because I said, excuse me, you little honestly eat my asshole because I'm not convinced you like her.
It must have been Nick.
I want to say it's Nick because he always agrees with the girls and always, he's the one that kind of like goes with, oh, you like strawberries? Love strawberries. Actually, grow them in my backyard. You like to hike?
Yeah.
Love
I'm
mountains.
gonna
Love
assume
hiking.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna assume that it was him because I feel like he said that to Annie, or who was the other girl he was talking to?
Kate, not Casey.
No, no. Kate.
Was it Kate? Okay.
Kate, yeah. No, I do believe that it was him because I'm like going back picturing it.
I'm
Got
good
you.
because
You're good, dude.
she's waiting for me. I know she is. I'm the one that's holding back, you know, and I could tell. It all makes sense now. I see what she was trying to tell me. She was basically trying to tell me but or loves me or whatever. She was just like,
Seriously.
hey, like I need you to like let me know.
You did have 3 today?
I have one.
Do you know if any of them ghosted?
Yep.
Hey, what do you mean?
Was it Anna?
Ghosted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she ghosted during one of your dates.
Yeah, but it.
Yeah, that's
Well, she
fine.
did the same to...
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I get it. Like, if she gotta go, she gotta go. You know.
Yeah.
I don't have any ill will towards it. Like,
That's the one that you
Come
said
on,
you
dude,
felt
you're
too similar
upset.
to?
yeah, dude. You know.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean, dude? When it's too similar,
You don't want to be your twin.
it just didn't align. You know. Casey has a lot to offer. Kind of figured that out. We agree on a lot of things.
Figured
We
that
agree
out
on
when I got
basically
ghosted.
everything.
Yeah, what specifically?
Uh, man, dude, I gotta recall the date, dude. Sorry, man.
What an
Sorry, dude. Today's a long
idiot!
day.
On in the fake stretch. Oh my god, I want to punch him, bro.
What the literal? I'm actually happy you had us watch this clip because when I saw it for the first time, I was like, how is he going to say that they have so much in common? And then the producers called him out and he can't even say anything.
Who was the other one from a previous season when he asked the producers and they kept it in the show when he asked the producers, do you care if I do this? And he was putting fake tears in his eyes. Who the
Yes.
was that? That is what that reminded me of. You guys are on a dating show on Netflix. Producers are messy as you don't think they're going to call you out and air that? You look dumb. Literally cannot wait for the reunion because like that whole situation, like a twin with Anna, and then you go on the interview alone and say like Anna was the one, blah blah blah. I don't know.
I really hated how he's going to pursue Casey now just because Anna left. I think
Oh,
that I don't know. I just felt if you really thought Anna was your person, you should have left. Or this was when I was still trying to give him benefit of the doubt before his little interview and everything. I was like, maybe he's seeing it as a sign because Anna left that really isn't his person and that he should pursue
yeah.
somebody else. Fine, whatever. And then I was like, no, Patrick's backtracking, settling for Casey. Not fair to her, not fair for himself. I was rooting for him, but his behavior has completely changed. He has
No,
completely
yeah.
turned into such a and and then like there was a part where Patrick and Casey are in the pods and they're talking and then Casey's basically like saying, "Oh, I wouldn't lie to you." That's like saying you look like Megan Fox. Hella throwing shade towards Chelsea from season 6. And then Patrick saying he had to cut off a connection when he was full well the one that was ghosted. That's not you cutting a connection off. You did
Yeah.
not have a choice.
Yeah, and it really bothers me. Like we all know you were going to propose to Anna. She got cold
Yeah,
feet and she left. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
yeah.
Okay. And then you talking to other people and like things happen, bro. Just be honest. Yeah, I really liked Anna, but I'm here to find my wife. I'm going to still keep going forward and see what other connections I can make. No, instead
No.
you were just like, nah, didn't like her. bruh, you were going to marry this girl. And then now, whoever you decide to marry, because it's like you've never watched the show before, we're on season 9. Get your together. Whoever you propose to is now going to have to sit there at the reunion and watch as you say, yeah, I really liked her, but then it's like, oh no, I like Casey now because I got ghosted by her. It's not because you realize something, it's because the person you wanted to marry left you, so now you got to settle for whoever is left. That is what it is.
Yeah.
Just be honest.
I was really, really upset because I was rooting for him. I was definitely feeling for all the things that he was going through. And then he just
Yeah,
showed 100% he is through and through one of those douchebag guys.
yeah,
Doesn't
it's
matter.
people.
It does not matter your ethnicity. If you're a
Yes.
douchebag, you're a douchebag.
Yes. It's like I don't think people dislike you. I don't think you're not married yet because you're Asian. It's because you're a
No.
dick.
Yeah, I kind of like think that now because the switch up was so quick, and they say men cannot hide themselves for like, like they start showing who they truly are within a certain amount of months, whatever.
Yeah.
He showed who he was, and I am
Yeah.
just so disappointed because that has not been my experience with dating Asian men. No,
Well,
so
no, and especially with the way, like you said, the way he put himself out there and everything, he was vulnerable. You wanted to like him. And then you can't help but show who you really are. That's why I don't understand why people are fake at the beginning. No matter what, you're going to slip up and be yourself. You can't change your personality. You are who you are.
yeah.
And it comes through eventually. People are going to see it for what it is.
Yeah, it just God, I was so rooting for him. I feel like I'm just heartbroken over Patrick. Like, how could you do this? Why are you trash just like most of men in the universe?
That you know who I really, really like is Joe. And I feel like
Really?
I'm gonna be really upset if he proves to not be who he kind of like portrays himself as. He's a little
Um,
cutie. He's cute. He's my not your type. I get it, but he's cute.
yeah. No, I mean, I do think that Joe was genuinely, at first I couldn't tell if he was genuinely excited to meet Madison, but then as like I saw their interaction together, I was like, oh, he actually does seem like pretty happy to like see her and be with her and all that. I just worry he seems to focus on certain things. The cat thing comes to mind. So
Yeah.
I worry about that. I will say the guy that I'm fully rooting for now is Edmund. Absolutely love
Yes,
Edmund.
Edmund deserves everything. Everything and more.
And
I love that man. Yeah.
I love him and KB. We're leaving it to where they're about to meet, so I'm super excited to see where their relationship goes. I just
Yeah.
love Edmund. He's so sweet.
No, he is. He is. He really is.
Yeah.
And um I love to see because we don't get that many of that on Love is Blind. Those big, bubbly personalities where the guy's just like so chill and fun to hang out with, whether no matter who you are, you're gonna want. He has this like beautiful aura about him. Like
Hmm.
I'm so attracted. I love it. Like I
Yeah.
just want to be his best friend. He just like sucks you in with his personality. And yeah, I think he
That
deserves
too.
everything and
That
more.
and the fact that he was able to just forgive his mom, I think that shows like he's done a lot of work and growth to be at the place that he's at.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I have to say that that is a big thing for him. So it shows where he is emotionally. I'm not
Yeah.
saying people that can't forgive people in their life are totally broken. But speaking from
No, yeah.
experience, that is a big step to take to be able to forgive someone who had such a big role on how your life went. You
Yeah.
know, um, I love that for him. I love him, like you're saying.
Yeah, I do too. I'm so excited to watch the next 3 episodes and record those with you. I just can't wait. I love Love Is Blind, so I can't wait to
Yeah.
see what happens this season.
No, and I'm like, I so wanted to watch ahead, and then I'm like, no, because your mind doesn't work the way other people's are. You're all over the place. You're not going to be able to be like, oh, this is this in this episode. This is this in this episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like, no, I cannot. So,
Yeah.
but it's, oh God, it's good.
I'm excited. Well, I think this concludes episode 3 for Love is Blind, anyways. Not episode 3 of our podcast, but episode 3 of Love is Blind. Just want to make that clear.
Yes.
Definitely make sure you come to watch the other ones because, like I said previously, we're going to film for every single episode, and I'm sure we'll figure out a way to do the reunion. We might watch it together and film our reactions that way, but that's something we got to talk about and iron
I
out all the
know, I'm
wrinkles.
excited. It's
So,
gonna be a
anyways,
dumpster fire full of flowers. Like, I
yes.
have good hopes for this season.
So this was the episode where Edmund and KB meet. Calabria said Edmund is so handsome and he's over the moon with her. And I we have to watch something because I just was dying.
I know. And when you say over the moon, I love using that wording for it because our man was literally about to jump over the moon.
Yeah. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm so excited. Okay.
What is this run?
The way she looks at him too. Yes.
The run just took me out. I was like, no, I gotta timestamp this. We have to watch this because
It reminds
I
me of
just
like,
loved it. Like he was just being so goofy. Like he wasn't afraid to be himself.
no, that's like when the Grinch stole Christmas. That's what I thought about.
I just had like a quick thing about Nick and Kate. I loved how he was accepting of her opinion on religion for now. I'm like, I know we're only talking about episode 4, but I'm like, oh, we watched 4, 5, and 6 last night, so I got lots of
Um,
opinions for the other 2 episodes.
I think it's just crazy how he tells Nick or Kate that Nick tells Kate that like he loves her and that she's his girlfriend. Like the whole thing is this experiment. You're allowed to date other people. So I think it's so weird when they act like they aren't connecting with other people. Like, isn't that the point? Why are you being so weird about it? Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so Nick and Kate, what were you saying?
oh, how he was telling Kate, like, pretty much like, you're my girlfriend. I remember him making that comment, so I did have to write that down because I'm like, boy. Why are you calling her your girlfriend? I mean, I just feel like he said a lot of stuff that really didn't need to be said. He talks out his ass a lot, and that was just an example.
I can see why she's upset because she's like, you told me you loved me 2 days ago because now he's having like all of a sudden hesitations. She said that she felt like he was kind of love bombing her. He was triggered. I believe when she was saying you don't just love somebody for a moment, you love them like when you say you love somebody that, it shouldn't be a fleeting moment. It should kind of be like you see something like, you know, kind of I don't want to say forever because yes, there's people you say you love I love you too and you're not with them forever, but I get where she's coming from.
Sorry, he just says things that doesn't need to be said. Why are you calling them your girlfriend? Why are you even telling them you love them? You didn't need to.
Well, he also just shouldn't be doing it for like multiple people.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just he's very fleeting. Also him acting shocked about her not being a religious person when she has already previously shared her opinion on God about like the discussion she had with her sister because of her mom passing. If religion is important to him, then he should have followed up with her when she was discussing that moment with him. I think he should have said like
Yes.
asking her, hey, like, are you wanting to be religious again down the road? Is this something that you might recommit to? Because religion is a very big deal, and I don't think that's a subject that should just be kind of glanced over, because that's where something you do have to be aligned, you know? Otherwise, because
Yeah.
he's such a religious person and she's not, that's not gonna work out.
Yeah, so like there's a few things that bothered me when he found out about it. The way he was just like, "Are you serious?" and kind of like got upset. It bothered me. Like, let's just tone it down just a notch or two. And then, like you said, him being upset that that's not something she just wants to go and do in the future. She doesn't want to go down that path. She doesn't want to try to find a relationship with God. And I think that's completely fair and her choice. And for him to act like that and just bring up the past, it's like, okay, I she did say that. But the thing is you didn't take that moment to be like, hey, so this is important to me, and ask her again. Or how about the first time when it got brought up? You should have said, if
Hmm.
yes, I know you don't believe in him now, but it's something you can't do once we get married, then deal's off. Instead of throwing, I put in my notes, I think I said he's acting like a 4-year old.
It bothered me because I totally get if he needs somebody to be religious, I get that, you know, everybody has their preference and things that they want out of a relationship and partner. But I also get her side of it because she had that conversation with him and she was like, one would assume that that means I'm not going to walk that path. I just think that he kind of fumbled in that area. He should have did a follow-up question for sure. So,
Okay. Yeah.
the first thing I wanted to say about Nick and Annie before the timestamp, him saying all she's gonna find in his phone is weird combos with the boys, and then he said, like, dude, my dick's curly today. What the does that mean? What do you mean your dick is all of a sudden curly? I just was like, what?
Now, why was that the first thing that came to your mind as an analogy for what the group chat says? And like, I know girls group chat, we get a little spicy sometimes, but I didn't know that guys check the curvature of their dick and check in with the men in the morning.
I don't think they do, because I mean, I talked to my partner. He's like, that would not be a conversation I have with my guy friends. And then thinking of people from previous relationships, they definitely wouldn't have those conversations with their guy friends either. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like, what kind of relationship do you have with your guy friends? I mean, I guess everyone's different. I guess it depends on um if you're a private person or not.
Need to be reprimanded. How would you react if at some point your child told you they were LGBTQ plus?
Like, no matter what, I'm always gonna love my kids. But like, I can't tell you, I would be the first person to be like, "Yay!" You know what I mean?
I do know exactly what you mean.
Like, I'll support my kids, but making sure that they're like informed. Like, do you know? Like, do you know what you're doing? Like, do you know what you're getting into? Like, do you know what you're signing up for?
Do you feel like it's a fad or something that's
100%.
like, you're like, oh, my friend told me I might be this, and like,
It's such a
Shanice
fucking.
said that she's this, so I think I'm this. When kids start having those thoughts like too young, and maybe I'm old fashioned, but it's like a concern for me because who's telling you that?
This whole conversation irritated me because when he's asking how
Yeah.
would she feel, it's already on her face, you know?
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
girl. The long pause and everything. I don't know.
yeah,
That should not have been aired. I think that's something you should ask your partner in the bedroom in case they say something stupid like that.
this isn't a case where one person agrees and the other person doesn't agree. They were fully 100% on the same page with this. I don't know, it really pissed me off. I was like, this is so gross. How are you gonna say you're gonna fully 100% love your kid, but you're not gonna be like, yay? Anything you say after that, because you said but, it just like disregards anything you ever said. No one's gonna believe that you're actually going to love your kids if they tell you that
Yeah,
they're gay, lesbian, queer, like whatever the case, you know?
pretty much like blaming the outside. Like, did someone tell you to be gay? No one's going to tell your kid to
Yeah.
be gay. It's so weird. What happened to you? What did your family tell you? Because, like, I feel like he is in denial that he's gay, and this kind of proved that to me a little bit.
Well, that's why I wanted to share. I wanted to pause it. I wanted to share the next clip because the next one talks about that. So let's watch that.
Oh, yeah, because why did he have to add that too? Sorry, let's watch it.
She comes down and is like, Nick, I want to talk to you about something. I'm like, okay, knock on the door, like boundaries. I'm like, come in. You know, she worked around it for a long time. And she's like, do you ever feel like, I'm like, Mom, are you asking me if I'm gay? And she's like, looked at me and I'm like, oh my gosh, no. I'm like, that's hilarious.
I'm just sad.
I've never heard of a kid sitting in his room for 3 days and the parents go ask, hey, are you gay? Is that why you're locked in your room? That's so. What?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've
I,
never had that experience before, so I can't say like that's not a thing. Maybe it is a thing for some people, but definitely hasn't have never experienced that myself or any other friends who were also depressed when like we were in high school. So
yeah.
thought that was like kind of weird, but also like you said, why was he bringing that up? You know?
I thought it was so weird for him to bring up. Why? I don't know what to do but laugh. It made me so uncomfortable for him.
Yeah, but what made me more uncomfortable was their conversation about like how would they approach if their kids came out.
Oh, I for sure think he's in the closet. He's been probably raised to think being gay is not okay. I just don't know why that subject was brought up at all.
Well, I was thinking too because he's religious. So is he afraid because of, you know, his religion? It's unfortunate, but a lot of religions don't accept you if you are gay. So I
Yeah.
was wondering if that could be part of it. My only concern if I were to ever have kids, I just want them to be decent human beings and I want them to be happy. I don't care whatever, you know, like as long as they're not hurting themselves or other people, I don't care. I just want them to be happy and healthy.
No, exactly. And like, okay, I feel like it's just not something you should have to tell people, even if your kid is. You shouldn't have to. I don't know. I guess you'll find out when your kid brings somebody home. Why are you so concerned on who your kid is having sex with? That's so weird. Oh, I said that I got very uncomfortable because why did we have to pretty much listen to Patrick and Casey have phone sex?
Yeah, I had notes on that too. I was like, I even wrote like this is so awkward and uncomfortable.
Like, damn, guys.
Also,
I can close
I
my
just
eyes and just pretend to be there too. Like, wow, you guys left nothing out.
yeah. I thought it was strange that she felt the need to say she's done elaborate birthday gifts for previous people she's dated. I was just thinking, why do you have to convince this man to choose you? That's how it felt to me. Like she's having to convince him.
Yeah, I thought it was really weird too. Oh, I thought it was really funny how after they were pretty much like having the phone sex, she was saying how everything that she liked about him, and he ends the conversation. The last thing he says before they leave the pod after that was like, "For sure." I hate his replies. Maybe I look way too much into him, but I'm like, shut up. For sure, that's all you have to say.
Nick saying he is the Wish version of Zac Efron.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, I'm glad he said Wish version, but also still nothing like him.
Yeah, and I also put Mike is still bothered by Jordan.
Yes.
Um, and how Megan points out that Jordan, I love how she's like, you're giving BDE. Same.
Yeah.
And in my notes, I have like Daddy Jordan question mark. I don't know. Jordan just seems like I don't know. I'm watching him.
I'm watching him too. I was really bothered. Mike was throwing major shade because he was asking about the tattoos, mentioned like, "Oh, I don't care what car you drive." Um, I just he just doesn't come off as a real man to me. He seems very insecure. And saying that if she doesn't pick him, she's making a huge mistake. I just didn't like that.
He thinks he's better than Jordan, for sure. I'm just saying. He
Yeah.
thinks he's prize, and I don't like him at all.
And then the only other thing, oh, well, like Patrick and Casey got engaged this episode, but the other thing towards the end of the episode, I thought Annie was walking in to get engaged to Nick. I was shocked to see Brendan there.
I feel so bad for Brennan because I stopped liking Annie. This is when I kind of stopped liking Annie because how are you going to sit here and tell Brendan that he needs to fight for you? He never been clear about his feelings. And she's like, that's all I wanted
Hmm.
to do is to fight for me for the beginning. Be honest. Tell me how you feel. Nick never told you how he felt until like 2 days ago, and you're his backup plan. And Brendan's been honest. Like, what do you mean he wasn't fighting for you? He is in that room fighting for you right now, and you're like, I just want you to fight for me. I like Brendan, so I'm glad he's dodging her. She's pissing me off. I'm sorry.
I wanted them to end up together, but I think like she was kind of saying like we don't really talk about anything, and I watching it, I kind of agreed like they don't really have too much deep conversations. It was very surface level for me, and as somebody who extremely hates small talk, but especially when you're in a setting where you don't see each other, you're getting to know each other to get married, you should have those deep conversations, the conversations that make you uncomfortable, the conversations like because you don't want to end up with somebody you can't have a conversation with down the road, Like I would hate that to be with
Yeah.
somebody that can't talk to me.
No,
So
I get
that
that,
was
but
kind of the vibe that I got from Brendan, even though I wanted them to end up together and I do like him. He just didn't. I don't know. Maybe he's not a good
who
conversationalist,
did
but
she
to
have
me,
a good
no.
conversation with? She didn't even get deep with anybody. I don't know.
No, she didn't either. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us for another episode. Thank you
Yes.
for this ongoing Love is Blind. Hope you guys are loving it as much as we're loving discussing all of the show.
Yeah. I have anxiety again, guys, thanks to this show.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to start filming episode 5 right now. So, see you very soon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.